What are the biggest mistakes people who buy real estate make or have made? Maybe you can guess a few of them, right? You can guess them. And in today's video, we'll be sharing with you some of these mistakes, as well as an opportunity for you to avoid them here in Abuja. So get ready, get locked in, stay focused. Over the period of time, we'll be having this conversation with you.
All right, thank you, Roy. And today will be quite an expository class because this is a topic that personally I always think that we shouldn't talk about it. We've talked about it, but if we don't, people will get to lose their money. If we don't, people will make mistakes investing. Imagine going into something you have no idea of. So this kind of topic is something we should constantly talk about so that people will stay enlightened and invest smart. Okay, so the first thing we are going to be talking about is neglecting due diligence. See, recently I was talking with someone and the person said, this due diligence feels broad, it feels big. Can you break it? Is this land a verified land? Is this a land that the government have mapped out for people to sell?
Especially in a place like Abuja.
Exactly. It matters so much in Abuja real estate. You can do it in other states and get away with it. But Abuja, 5 years down the line, they are waiting for you. Do you understand? So you have to do your due diligence on the realtor who is selling that property to you. All right. Sometimes people go ahead to buy through their family members. I'm not saying you should buy, we should not buy from your
family relatives. Certified realtor, that's fine.
Please go ahead, but sometimes there's this knowledge that comes from a professional, a realtor who understands the system. Right, so don't ignore that. And the last one is on the developer, the person who owns the property. So you have to do a due diligence on that person too. Check the track record of the person. Is the person someone that comes and disappears? Like maybe comes, it doesn't know that if he takes your money, you disappear. All right, so check the track record of this developer, and I think that could be a good start for you if you're trying to do it.
And lastly, if I'm to add anything to that, if you have a representative in Nigeria, if you're outside of Nigeria, just try to do a virtual inspection or a physical inspection. It's part of due diligence. While she was talking, reminded me of a couple of things. Abuja real estate is very, very interesting. When she was talking about checking the pedigree, that's the track record of the developer. I know a real estate company that's had over 10 branches, not 10 branches, 10 offices in 10 states across Nigeria. And for every state, once he leaves the state, the branch in that state closes. Right? So it's important to actually check because these things happen. It really does happen. So number 2 mistake that people who have bought real estate in Abuja say they have made, and some still make, is waiting for visible development. You see, this is one mistake that we don't want you to make again. Not too long ago, there was a particular client we are taking to an inspection then at a property in Karisana. He was talking about, we drove from Wuye, went to Bega, entered the road and down. So when he came to the office first to see us, and then from the office we left, and he was looking around Wuye. I can't forget the look on his face. He was like, see, in his own words, see Will. We have yesterday.
It's always happens.
We have yesterday. He just kept saying, see Will. He would say, Kai. He would hit his hand on the, the middle, what's that space called between the two seats? That's where he was there. Kai. Say, Guy, I remember when Will was bush or had not developed yet and all of that. I think he was part of those who was waiting for development to hit the place. And most times, in a place like Abuja, I would always say this. All right, so it's always, so if the plan says this place will in time, it's definitely going to develop. Unlike some places, they just come buy land and then start developing, and when they are tired, they give up. No, when a place like Abuja, if it is said that a place will develop, it is definitely going to develop. people who buy or invest in places before development hits it or comes to that place are often the people who make the most. And the people who wait for development to come there first before they invest are the people who
buy more.
Exactly.
Like they spend more investing in that location.
Yeah. Exactly. So actually, that is another mistake that people in this area have. People have said is a mistake that they make, big mistake when it comes to real estate.
Right. So that's absolutely correct. Without wasting much of your time, we'll talk about the next point, which is in a situation where you decide to buy a property, real estate investment is not a rich quick scheme. It's not
Get rich quick.
Yes, it's not something you should buy and want to sell in 6 months' time. You not be like, oh, I've bought this property, please, can I sell in 6 months? If you're that kind of person, then real estate is not for you. So the mistake a lot of people make with that is that when they buy, they want to sell too early. Maybe they don't have money, they need urgent money, they've carried all they have. Or that brings me to the point that you shouldn't also use your last money to buy real estate. Your survival money to buy real estate, all right? So that after paying for the land, you don't have any other thing.
No,
it's not a great investment, okay? So now you've bought this property, and now you are all broke, and you are looking for money again to start living.
Yeah.
And the next thing you are thinking, oh, this place has increased in price, can I sell? So sometimes it's a big mistake, because when you sell and you now realize, in fact, if you are able to sell, good for you. But if you don't sell, you just notice that over a period of time, that property will keep on increasing. For example, you bought at 5 million. This is just a bare example. You bought at 5 million and maybe just moved one bit and started selling for 7.5. And you now want to sell. Oh, this is good. Let me sell. All right. Like I said, if you sell, sometimes you live in regrets, because of course it will move to 11.5. It will move to 15. In your very eyes, you now be seeing this thing grow. All right. So if you had sold, sorry, but if you didn't sell, you now realize that I'm so happy that I didn't sell at the end of the day. So selling too early is a mistake. Right. So if you want to do it the good way, great way, you have to, right, it starts the investment and watch the money constantly yield more money for you.
Exactly. And the next mistake they make is related to this third mistake. The third mistake we said is selling too early.
Exactly.
The fourth mistake is often related to mistake number 3. So when it comes to the fourth one is buying less than 2 plots. Okay. So now, why she was talking about selling too early, most of the times people lose hope in a location before it booms, just before it booms. Like you said, oh, you move from 5 to 7.5, you just want to sell because for whatsoever reason. But one of the reasons that most people said that they sell is because they've sort of lost hope in the location. Like, are you sure it's going to rise more than this? Like, how sure are you? And for people who often sell early, something that saves them is not making this mistake. So they buy more than 1 plot. So even maybe if they choose to sell early, they may sell one plot or
and
2
hold on
to the other. So even when appreciation comes to that area, they will never be in regret, or it won't pain them that much. Except there's a set of people who are intentionally, I can exempt. Except your case was a case of, I will never be poor in my life, which means you didn't have a lot, you didn't have plenty of money. Exactly. You just saw this investment and said, let me just buy this one. Because you didn't have a lot, you just bought that one to buy and hold. You honestly did not have a lot, then you bought a plot. But if you're someone who can afford to buy more than one, you can buy 2, go ahead, because oftentimes when it appreciates yourself. And then there's something else I need to say here too. Now, we often say buy more than 1 plot, but also interesting to note is not just in buy more than 1 plot. If possible, buy the bigger plot sizes. Not just that, because a 150 square meter plot now, for instance, may go from 5 million to 7.5. Then a 500 square meter plot will go from 11.5 million to 22 million or 18 million. You see the gap match? You see,
it's always massive.
It's always more. The bigger plots are always more. So if you can afford to, not that you don't have any, like we've mentioned in number 3, you don't buy out of, can't be hungry and go and no. If you honestly have more to spare, buy more than 1 plot and keep. And also intentionally buy bigger plots. There's something I like that Abuja people do. People have been buying. They buy the small plots and buy the big plots.
Exactly.
They'll buy 150 square meter and buy like 500, or you understand?
Exactly.
That is how to make the most out of it. don't make the mistake of buying less than 2 plots.
True.
Honestly, it's a mistake you don't want to make.
True. This thing you said is gold. You see that idea or the plan of buying one small and one big is gold. If you're an investor or someone who loves to invest, this is one way you can make more money for yourself, and not just that, build long-term wealth for yourself.
Absolutely.
All right. So the next mistake a lot of people make, and which will happen to be our last point, is waiting for the location to be known. All right. So known locations we know in Abuja is Maitama, right? Gusape, right? Asokoro.
Yeah.
We have Gwarimpa. All of us, we know those locations already. All right. So go and ask how much properties are.
Go and ask.
Go and ask.
The level of PR that's
exactly.
So
exactly. They have the money already. All right. Okay. So you don't have to be like that. If you have the money, fantastic. Please go ahead and buy, right? But if you are someone starting out real estate investments and you're looking for viable locations that will definitely become a booming place in the future, then look for locations that are coming up and invest there. Because you know what, one thing I always will talk about Abuja real estate is that don't worry, every location will definitely develop. I don't know how this thing happens, but the development constantly moves from inward out. All right, so it will definitely get to that point, and then you would have bought a lot, and then you start enjoying yourself. So don't wait till the location is known. If you find strategic locations that are very affordable, that are upcoming, please buy as many plots as possible there. Knowing that you've done your due diligence, that's the first point we talked about.
Knowing that you've done your due diligence.
Great. So just use payments plan and buy a lot. Don't worry, you'll come and tell me thank you later.
Definitely.
All right.
Something I heard someone say regarding this, waiting for the location to make news or become popular before buying. This analogy may get you upset, but it is what it is.
Exactly.
So he said, waiting for a location to be popular before you buy is like buying the leftover of that location. Expensive. And I was like, how? He says, check it out now. By the time that place becomes popular, people have bought already. And you're now buying what they remain. And you're buying it at an expensive price. So why would you buy leftover expensive?
True.
Right? Except, of course, there are a category of people who will always remain. The way the Bible says, the poor you have amongst you always. These people will always remain. People don't like to buy it when it's expensive. There are those people, there are those people who just, they like it when they say, I bought this place and it was 2 billion naira. You're that category. God bless you. It's okay, right? It's okay to actually be that kind of a person. If you're that kind of person, it's beautiful. But if you are interested in making investments, long-term income and cashing out returns, then you must always make sure you buy it before it makes it to the news, before it becomes popular. And now, in line of all of this we have talked about, right, we can't just tell you the mistakes that people make and not also help you to prevent that mistake or present you with an opportunity to actually do what is right. Perhaps you're someone who has made this mistake. You've been waiting for an opportunity to get it right, maybe by getting into a location before it becomes popular or before development goes there, that has a good title and all that we've mentioned above. Then exactly, we have something just perfect for you. You must have heard about this location called Abuja, or you may not have. If you haven't, beautiful. If you have, you're wondering, okay, what is happening there? Now, this place is a location in Abuja that is actually opening up, okay? And right on that axis, we have a property named Crystal Estate that is actually, we have small plot sizes and big plot sizes. And why is this place really interesting right now? This is because the location, there's a 10-lane road that connects from Asokoro all the way down to Abuja Junction, yes, connecting down to, then there's another road from there connecting to Karishi, then Abuja Road. Those roads is beautiful infrastructure going that way. And it's also important I say this, when we are just giving you these things in bits, we're not really going full into details. But if you click on our channel and really digest, you see we've talked, when she was talking about due diligence, she didn't really explain a lot. We have videos on due diligence, lots of them that that are in depth. And now talking about the infrastructure going on in this area, in our previous live sessions, I had talked about what it looks like, what is going there. We have videos about all of that going there. So this is just like a crash course. Like I'm telling you bits of what is happening in Abuja. It's a location that is opening up, it's developing, it's not yet popular, and it's safe. What do I mean by safe? FCDA verified, it's an FCD verified area. Okay, so it's affordable. It's a chance for you to get things right in real estate in Abuja. It's a chance for you to also build long-term wealth. It's beautiful for investment here in Abuja. So yes, you've seen the mistake, a chance for you to correct it, and a chance for you to also do something good.
Right, so this affordable he's talking about is 7 million naira for 150 square meters. That is quite an easy way for you to start real estate investments. Yes. So 7 million naira in Abuja, in a location that is strategic, it's a great title. Just check it. All right. So we would like to answer any further questions you need regarding this particular location, Crystal Estate. All right. We've sold a couple of plots already, and we have few because the estate is not so much of a big estate. It's quite a cute mini estate. All right. Yeah. So if you're interested and want you to take advantage of this right now, there's a number shown in the description box. You can literally call or send a WhatsApp message to that number where we'll get to take it up from there. All right. So that brings us to the end of today's live session. Hope you enjoyed our session with us. Did you? If you did, let us know in the comment section, and we'll be glad to hear from you.
Yes. Your way again next time. Have a great day, and bye for now. Bye.